Hello, I'm your host Ryan with the boys, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Chronicles of Keven the Crazy. In the last episode, Keven learned that if he could supply 200 human leather to a friendly base, then he could obtain an orbital power beam targeter. Lacking 60 of the needed human leather, Keven and Pi pack up to go and find some more. They decide to go get some more at an enemy base. Since both of them left, their current home is very susceptible to attack from raiders, because there isn't too much they could do with nobody defending the base. Finally arriving, Keven and Pi prepare their assault on the enemy compound. Little did Keven know that was actually a friendly tribe that they decided to attack. Well, formerly friendly, that is. Keven will have to deal with potentially fixing their relations in the future. In the meantime, he's hoping to score some human leather. However, that might not happen considering the fact that there are at a minimum of 18 hostiles at this base. Keven, not being deterred by this overwhelming force, decides to try and pick off one or two of them to hopefully score some of that human leather that he needs so badly. Keven attempts to shoot one of the people at the edge of the tribe. He gets one shot in before realizing that their weapons outrange his. Keven, not wanting to needlessly die in this engagement, decides to retreat so he can regroup and replan. They land on the plan of creating a longbow so they can match the range of the tribespeople. However, this plan is cut short by the tribespeople beginning their assault on Keven and Pi. Not having the manpower to win a straight-up brawl, and not having the range to win a cutting engagement, they decide to leave and live to fight another day. With that plan on obtaining human leather thoroughly foiled, they decide to just go straight to the friendly faction and see if they have any human leather that they could trade back to themselves. A rare thrumbo is passing through the valley. First time Keven saw one of these, he decided that he wanted one of his own. A meteorite made out of uranium landed in the valley. This will surely be useful for future technology. Once arriving at the friendly compound, Keven trades with them to try and find some useful items. They sell the profits of their organ murder to fund their trading. Keven decides to purchase a good quality heavy submachine gun, one of his favorite weapons. They also pick up a steel longsword and a shield belt for Pi. They also pick up Wake Up and one Go Juice in case of an emergency. Unfortunately, they were unable to find any human leather to trade right back to them, which still means they need to find about 2 more bodies worth. Having run out of food days ago, they decide to make a temporary camp so they can get back on their feet and potentially find some human leather to finally finish off that trading agreement. Pi passes straight out from exhaustion, but Keven is still kicking. So Keven equips that awesome new heavy submachine gun and gets straight to work on fixing the food situation. Just like the first episode, it's a turkey that satiates the group's hunger. With the food situation taken care of, they decide to build a temporary shelter. While Pi was still sleeping, Keven went off and hunted a megaslot. With their food and now their shelter taken care of, they just need to worry about that 200 human leather, because they only have 6.5 days. As if on cue, human leather has presented itself to the colony once again in the form of a raid. The newcomer Fred appears to have a high medical skill, which is useful because Keven still needs that bionic leg implanted. The raider chasing Fred finally arrives, which Keven and Pi go off to go and confront. Keven is quite excited for this encounter because of his new submachine gun. Keven and Pi quickly dispatch of the human leather that has presented itself to them, utilizing the ring around a rose technique, which works wonders. It appears that Keven appreciates his new gun. After processing the raider, they receive 30 extra human leather, which means they only need 30 more. Keven quickly puts Fred's doctoring skill to work by having him install the bionic leg they found in the ancient danger on Keven's right leg. Thankfully, it was a success. Had the surgery not been a success, it would have been very unfortunate because they would have lost the bionic leg. But they still need that 200 human leather, which means Fred now must be executed for his human leather. With the rather unfortunate death of Fred, they now have exactly enough human leather to make the trade. So they pack up from this camp, taking their new alpacas with them. They take everything with them and head straight on towards the friendly faction. Keven thinks he'll keep the alpacas around because they make for a good pack animal. Once they arrive at the friendly faction, they can finish the trade agreement and finally obtain the orbital power beam targeter, one of the greatest weapons that can be found on the RimWorld. The same faction lets the gang know about an item stash containing an infinite chem reactor and a tornado generator. Not needing the temporary base they set up, they decide to abandon it and set off for some more loot. During the travel, a lone raider decides that they have a chance at defeating Keven and Pi. Keven quickly opens fire with his submachine gun, which hits the raider 2 times in the first volley, and 1 time in the second volley. Being already damaged, it only takes 1 swing from Pi's sword to take him down. They imprison this raider and set off. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today, folks. Don't forget to dislike the video, unsubscribe, turn off notifications, and delete your comments. Ryan, out.